slightly, and your best friend looks at you with new interest, like you have all kinds of potential she never saw in you. And then maybe you have another cigarette at a party later that spring, standing out beyond the lights of the back porch, talking to a different cute boy, and he offers you a sip of his beer, and you don't die, you just giggle a lot. And you start to suspect that all the stuff they told you in 4th grade was a little exaggerated. Not that you'd ever do heroin, but maybe shrooms or something. Because you probably wouldn't die. Your teacher made you believe there would be trench-coated junkies hanging around the schoolyard, but then she always used articles with drugs like the marijuana and belted her polyester pants just under her rib cage. So, in retrospect, she maybe wasn't the best source of information about illegal drugs. But obviously, you shouldn't drink and drive. They start telling you again in high school, making you watch videos in driver's ed where a kid piles 15 of his best friends into a big yellow van and then drinks half a PBR and drives off a cliff, killing everyone but himself, and then lives with that guilt for the rest of his awful life. They tell you that you shouldn't give in to peer pressure, and they make you role-play ways to say no when someone hands you a joint. You can throw your hands up and say, "No thanks, I'm cool." You can pass it to the next person in the circle without saying anything. Or you can make some snotty remark that only works on sitcoms like, "I get high on life." What they don't tell you is that sometimes you might not care about the side effects, that they might not be such a bad trade-off if it means you get to get the hell out of your own head for a little while and let go of the breath you're always holding, the tiny bit of pudge on your belly you're forever sucking in. If for one stupid night you can stop worrying about what people think about you and stop watching every word you say. And maybe that night, as you're holding an ugly plastic cup and listening to everyone have the exact same conversations as last weekend, and you're inside your head thinking all the same thoughts, and sometimes you kind of hate your friends, sometimes you really kind of hate yourself, and maybe you wouldn't mind getting hurt or going into a coma or something. Something. And what they don't tell you in 4th grade is that if everyone's drunk and the least drunk person offers to drive, it will make a kind of crazy sense, and everyone might even congratulate themselves on how responsible they are to make the car owner sit in the back and not drive her own car. They don't tell you that the whole impaired judgment thing means that you'll make decisions you'd never make sober, and you'll think they're good ones. Or maybe you'll know they're bad, but you won't even care anymore because it was such a stupid night and you just want to get home. Because maybe your best friend was making a total slut of herself with a college guy and then disappeared for an hour, leaving you to make small talk with her brother and drink the rum and cokes he keeps handing you until you can hardly see straight, and you can't stop thinking about what a stupid whore your best friend is. And what if you're actually no different because you're the one who agreed to go to a college party, even though your boyfriend had to go to a funeral in Kansas this weekend? And what if he comes back on Monday and hears rumors about what happened at the party, even though nothing did? It was a total bust. You sat there and talked to your best friend's brother while everyone else paired off in dark corners, and you sat on the couch getting drunker and drunker and listening to him talk about some Boy Scout trip he went on in 9th grade. No kidding. He will not shut up about hiking in Philpott or something, like anyone seriously cares. And about how he found God or something. Though, actually, when you think about it, it's kind of sexy to hear a guy talk about God. And the way he's describing the desert sky at night is amazing. Seriously, just beautiful. And you really don't mean to kiss him, but it just sort of happens. And then, suddenly, she's standing over you with this look of horror, gleeful, triumphant horror. And she's your best friend, but what if she calls your boyfriend to tell him what she just saw? Even though it was seriously nothing. It's not like it meant anything. But she saw it, and you can see it in her eyes. She's going to tell him. Because she's always had a crush on him, even though she denies it. And then you're running through the house to find your other best friend because you are not going to...